Around quickly, and it's good to see all of our guys out there. Good to see about 35 freshmen jump in the picture with me. That means we got a lot of ball players down the road here at South Carolina, and I think a lot of them may play this year. Who knows? But anyway, we got a good group of guys, and I think we've assembled hopefully one of our best teams ever. Time will tell if it becomes a real good team or not. But the first 4 days of practice been pretty good. And again, it's just practice. We got a ways to go, as we all know. We were not a dominant team by any means last year. 7th in offense, 7th in defense. Special teams didn't do much. So if we're going to have a big year, we got to play some ball a lot better than we have here lately. But we're looking forward to it, and looking forward to the season. So we're in preparation. Everything's on schedule. Hopefully it'll work out in January when we all meet in here. All right, any questions on anything?
Please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you.
I may also add before the season starts that we're extremely proud of the grade point average of our football team. We continue to set records, I think, the last 3 semesters at 271, I believe it is. We graduated 25 football players last calendar year, all-time record around here. Raymond Harrison, our head academic advisor, and Maria Hickman deserve a lot of the credit for making sure our guys are in class and taking the right courses, going to study hall, tutoring, and so forth. So really proud that our guys are graduating at a very high percentage now. Hasn't always been that way around here, as you know. But our guys do a good job in the classroom. Proud of them. Okay.
After the first practice, you were raving about the team speed and the way they worked out. Has that continued over the last 3 practices here this week?
Yeah, pretty much so. Yeah, pretty much so. We've got a little bit more speed out there than it seemed we had last year. Several freshmen, several new players that are on the team now. So yeah, hopefully it'll show up on game day.
Neil? The big-time recruits who come in here always seem to draw a lot more attention. Your impressions of Jadavian and how he'll be able to handle what's going to be a pretty big spotlight for him?
Yeah, Jadavian is a well-rounded young man. He doesn't, like I think Travian said the other day, he's not a cocky kid. He's not coming in here talking this, that, and the other. He's just trying to be the best player he can be. He's blended in very well with the guys, and he realizes he's got a ways to go to work on and so forth. So he's practicing hard, doing a good job, but we definitely plan on him getting a lot of action first game on.
Steve, again on Jadavian, but have there been times when even you said, wow, this kid's as good as people say that he is? I mean, have you seen things out of him that make you think he can live up to some of the stuff people are talking about?
Well, we hadn't played yet, and we haven't really scrimmaged. We're just out there in shorts and helmets, pretty much, although, yeah, we put shoulder pads on the other day. So we haven't done all that much, but obviously he can come off the ball, and he can run around just about all of our tackles right now. But it's still a ways off until we really play. But he's right on schedule. I think where obviously his high school plays, when he jumped out at you on the tapes, he just moved at a faster speed than most anybody on the field, it seemed like. So he hasn't really had the opportunity yet to turn it on much. We'll put him in some scrimmages latter part of this coming week and let him go then. Then we'll probably really watch him play some.
Can you talk about Marcus on what you're expecting from him this year?
Marcus, what about him?
Just what you're expecting for him this year.
Well, we're expecting him to have another super year and stay healthy. He's beefed up a little bit, not too much though. But he's ready to play, and yeah, hopefully he gets just as many carries and maybe even more touchdowns. Who knows how it's going to turn out? But he's ready to go, and he's He's a wonderful team guy, off-season workouts, he leads the way. So he's another really super player that is also a super teammate.
Steve, what is it that makes Alshon so dangerous and so tough to cover, and how good are his hands?
The ability to catch the ball, I think, is his biggest quality. And he's so big and strong that if a guy's even hanging on him, he have a tendency to come down with the ball. But he's getting better running routes, cutting off the right foot, getting open, using his feet. He's got excellent feet, and we're trying to get him to use them just a little bit more to get open. And so he's working hard too. He stays out after every practice, catches a few balls, and so forth. He and his brother and Bruce Ellington were in the indoor facility the day it rained, and they stayed after the runs to catch a few balls here and there. So he's a good worker also. He and Alshon are a lot alike as far as being good teammates also, excellent teammates.
Even when if he's covered, he's still catch the ball.
Oh yeah, we tell our quarterbacks, just get it up where he can get his hands on it. You know, if the guy's standing with him here, just throw it up high over here. If the guy's over there, throw it up high over here. Just try to put it where he can get his hands on it, and those are good odds if we can get the ball in that position.
Steve,
Yes, sir.
you kind of have had issues in the past over your quarterback's sort of lack of being a student of the game, putting in the extra time and all that. Leaving off the off-field stuff, just as far as the quarterback and what he does and what he knows and how he sort of radiates his leadership, what kind of differences do you see in him now from, I don't know, a year or two ago?
Well, again, we've only been with him through these 4 practices, but I can tell he's just got a better commitment level. He's not goofing around as much as he used to. Well, he's not goofing around at all, really. But he's trying to really play the position. He's trying to make good decisions out there, and he has. He's made better decisions than in the past. We were watching the tape the other day, and I said that's the way to get the. He hit about the 4th choice on a pass play, and the first 3 were all covered up, and here came the 4th one, and he immediately went to it. And I said, now that's playing quarterback. You pick out the guy that's open and try to throw it to him. And so maybe he's learning, and his 5th year is going to be his best, we hope. Connor's done well also, and a lot of the other quarterbacks have done pretty well. Andrew Clifford has been a little bit surprising. He's made some good throws here and there. Tanner McAvoy's made a few plays as a true freshman. So we're in good shape. I really believe we're in good shape at quarterback.
Coach, can you take us through the timeline with Brandon Shell yesterday, and do you expect him to return?
Yeah, Brandon had a little heat-related problem there. We, all the other guys were fine, but sometimes those big guys, we should have held him out. To tell you the truth, from maybe that last run across the field. But he got a little dizzy and so forth, and our trainers acted quickly and got his temperature down, got him in the cold tank there, and as a precaution, I think they went ahead and took him in and checked him out at the hospital, and he was back at the meeting in the afternoon. So it's always a scare anytime one of your players gets a little dizzy and so forth. So our trainers were super though. Clint Haggard, he was textbook by the book on how to handle it. Nate Peck, the assistant trainer, and Dr. Jason Stacy, they were right on top of it immediately. So it worked out. But that was a good lesson for us, because I never want to see that, hopefully again, a player, get dizzy and so forth from the heat. And we should have held him out. He just wasn't ready to, he's a big young man. He wasn't ready to run across the field that many times. So fortunately, everything's fine now, but we're going to try to make sure we don't push those big guys like the little guys. The little guys, they can run all day, but some of those big guys just, they can't quite do that. So we'll do a better job of monitoring how much running some of the big guys do.
Do you think he'll practice tonight?
I'm not sure what the trainers have for him tonight. I imagine he'll be out there doing something. I don't know if it's full go or not.
If everybody knows about Alshon, how much attention he's going to draw from opponents. What's your assessment of the rest of the receiving core, what they're able to do well, whether it's catching the ball, getting open, that sort of thing?
Oh, they've done very well, and Ace Sanders, Bruce Ellington. Those are two really quick, fast guys. Jason Barnes he's done well in preseason. Lamar Scruggs has actually done some good things. He had his best practice yesterday ever as a Gamecock. Lamar Scruggs. We started to give him practice ball. But we forgot to, I guess. He made a couple of leaping catches. Yeah, he was fired up the other day, Lamar Scruggs. So we got a lot of good receivers, and they've all been here a while, just about. Amazingly, Bruce Ellington, he pretty much knows the offense. He was here this summer, and I think Ace Sanders actually taught him most of it. So he knows what to do, pretty much everything. So we got plenty of guys other than Alshon.
You talked about being better at quarterback. Now, it hasn't been the case very often since you've been here. How difficult has it been for you to build a stable of quarterbacks?
Well, you look around the country, and most teams say they don't have a great quarterback. So it doesn't happen everywhere. And our quarterback play hasn't been that poor. My goodness, our receivers are setting all kind of school records. Somebody's got to be throwing to them, you know what? Sidney, Kenny McKinley, and now Alshon, gosh, they hold about every record we got, don't they? Pretty close to it. So our quarterback play has not been that bad. So I guess we're waiting on an All-American Heisman Trophy guy or something like that, but they played pretty well. They played pretty well, but obviously we think we can play better. And so I think the play will be better this year.
Where does Demir Bird compare in terms of the fastest wide receiver?
Yeah, I forgot. I knew there was somebody leaving out there. Demir Bird, all three of those guys are at the same position right now. They need to move them around a little bit. Demir, he may be the fastest guy on the team. He may be. We haven't raced them all yet, but certainly he was a class track athlete in high school. He ran a lot of national events, 60 meters, 100 meters, and so forth. And he's already proven he can catch the ball. He can go deep and catch it. He's got pretty good hands. So he's a guy. There's a place for him as a return man also. He and Bruce Ellington, DJ Swearinger. DJ's probably going to be our first kickoff return guy because he hits it hard. He can break some arm tackles, and he's a physical young man. So. I'm not sure who will be the punt return guy right now. Stephon Gilmore's back there for punts right now, along with Bruce and Demir and so forth. So, really impressed with John Butler, our special team coach. I know I say that every year, but I truly believe our special teams are going to be better this year. One of these years I'm going to be right about that. But I think it's this year. I think it's this year.
The last couple of years of you guys being able to recruit better, how has it changed the culture within the program?
Well, it's changed the expectations, certainly. And the reason we've been able to recruit better, our athletic director, our president have really said we got to get our facilities up to par. And our boosters have pitched in. I always remember Lee Corso said Spurrier can never win at South Carolina because they don't have the money the other schools have. And he said either they don't have the money or their boosters with the money aren't giving it. Well, we've proven them wrong. Our boosters with the big money are giving. And we've been able to get our facilities up at a level with the Florida, Georgia, Tennessee's, maybe even a little bit better in certain areas. So we've got that done, and then we've really tried to work our state. And if you can get the top players in your state, that gives you an opportunity actually to pick a few out of the other states too. It's a common fact that really good football players like to play with other good football players. I was watching one of those NFL shows the other day about all these guys signing with the Eagles. And the announcer said, these guys want to play with Michael Vick. And I started thinking, Marcus Lattimore might have been our best recruiter last year. I guarantee you, everybody came through, Jadavion and all them guys, Marcus spent time with about every one of them. So what I'm trying to say is you get a top guy, that helps you get the next one. And the next one, it's a snowball effect there, it really is. And that's what gives us a chance. That doesn't mean we're going to win big, that just means it gives us a little better chance than if we didn't have these guys.
I know you hadn't gotten into pads yet, though, but what are you most pleased with about this team so far?
Oh, like you say, we haven't done anything much yet, but the attitude's good. Camaraderie's very good amongst the guys, and they know how to work pretty hard. But we're still ways off. We haven't played anybody yet, so we're looking forward to this week of practice, and tonight's practice is the first step, and just go one day at a time.
Back to the room. You've mentioned Bruce Ellington's name several times. Talk about the learning curve he's going to have, and can we see him having an impact early on, maybe as early as the first game or two, because he's got a little rust, hasn't played in a while.
Well, he hadn't played, 1 year, but Bruce has played football his whole life. Yeah, I mean, football, basketball, I think he may have even run track, I'm not sure, but so he's a natural. He's a natural. He's got hands, he's got quick feet, and like his mother, I read in the paper, she said, I could tell he was happy because he was studying his playbook all summer. And he has. He studied his playbook, which, gee, I don't know how many first-year guys I know that can come in and pretty much know the offense. So Bruce is, he's a very smart young man that we've learned just in the last 4 or 5 days. And he really wants to be good. He's got a commitment level that I think is going to be contagious to a lot of our players. Be very helpful.
Good time for 2 more. Tim?
You've mentioned the South Carolina mediocre football history many times. Do you think last year's division championship gives this team any kind of mental edge that they might not have had before?
Oh, I don't know. Mental edge. I think it's important to have some success, and in order to have more success, certainly. But we got to go play this year to find out what that division title meant. And again, we had some good fortune last year that the 3 other schools didn't have very good years, I guess. We were only 5-3. Heck, we were 5-3 our first year here in '05. I started thinking about that the other day, and that game we could have, would have, should have won against Georgia 17-15. If we'd won that game, we'd actually won the division that year. But anyway, it didn't happen. And but hopefully it's something we can build on. Build on Eastern Division, try to back it up, try to win the SEC. That's our goal, is to win the SEC. That's going to be our goal every year that I'm here, I think, the rest of the way, because we should have the team capable. It doesn't mean we're going to be favored, but we should be capable. If everything works out well for us, we should be in the hunt to win the SECs. All right? Thank you, Ben.